Here we go. All right, well, looks like we just needed to bring my mic up a little bit, so now you can hear me. This is here at the ANF desk, Atlanta News First Plus desk. So this is my first time here with you guys, and we are just trying to get up to speed. And I wanted to do a little test run. I've been training on this for the last couple of weeks, and I felt that this was definitely the best time to give it a go around. So I have some stories prepared for you guys tonight. This is before we bring our newscast to you. I had some time. I've been going over scripts for the show, but I figured I'd just talk to you guys a little bit about some of the stuff that we've been following today, some of the things that have been taking place in the community, and just to give you a more candid experience that we bring here at the Atlanta News First Plus desk. All right, well, some of our top stories tonight. One of the main stories, very mysterious. Two men, two business partners from right here in Fulton County have gone missing. They went out on a business trip and they have not returned. It's been over 7 days since they were last seen, and now the community, their family members are trying to find them. They've been canvassing the streets today. Some of them even spoke to us. I'm going to show you guys some pictures of them. Give me a moment here. I'm going to scroll down and hopefully show them to you so you can get a good look. So this is Jason Salter and Kenny Guerrera. Both of the men were last seen, again, like I said, 7 days ago. And their car was found near Cableton Road. So they were driving a 2017 gray Nissan Altima. And so now they have search parties out for them. And you can see these are some of the family and friends that have been really concerned about all of them. Our Atlanta News First reporter, Yasmina Alston, is covering this story. She spoke to many people who showed up today to search for more answers and clues on where they're at. Because, I mean, this is a long time to not know where these two individuals are. So again, Jason Salter and Kenny Guerrera, if you have any information on their whereabouts, make sure that you contact police as soon as possible. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about an update to a case that we've been following for weeks. The Doraville police officer, a former Doraville police officer, Miles Bryant, he's now charged with the murder and the disappearance and for concealing the death of 16-year-old Susanna Morales. And this was something that shocked the community, and especially now learning more about his background. I did actually interview a woman who says that she was friends with Mr. Bryant. We did a story with her, and she says that, you know, she reported it to the Gwinnett County Police Department because of some issues of stalking that she allegedly experienced and some break-in issues. That she also says that he tried to break into her apartment. She reported both of these incidents to the Gwinnett County Police Department and to the Doraville Police Department. The Doraville Police Department told us when I reached out to them that they confronted Bryant about the allegations, and he told them, you know, it's going to essentially stop, and the behavior stopped. So, and they also told the woman at that time that if she wanted to move forward criminally, she would have to go to the Snellville Police Department and file a complaint with them or the Gwinnett County Police Department, because that's where the jurisdiction was, where she was living at the time. And now the new information tonight, following the new charges of murder, now we're learning that back in 2019, he is now, they just now are adding some new charges because investigators say they have enough, and they believe now that he is an individual who broke into another home, and this time they say that the window was ajar. That was a child's room, and so they are now adding those new charges for Mr. Bryant. So that was a developing story that we continue to follow. So definitely learning more about him as the weeks go on. It'll be interesting because he is now still behind bars in Gwinnett County, and the Gwinnett County Police Department had never assigned that case to a detective when those the allegations came forward from one of the individuals that we interviewed about the stalking issues. But they did take responsibility for that, and they said that, you know, some things just slipped through the cracks. So this is the other story that I want to talk to you guys about. This is a story that's the next chapter in the saga of the public safety training site over there in DeKalb County. Now, this is the site that has been garnering a lot of attention because of the backlash that a activist and protest group known as the Forest Defenders is what they go by. Most of them are from out of town. They are really against this public safety training center where police officers in Atlanta and firefighters in Atlanta are set to train. They're very upset about all of this, and they say that this is, they're going to be using this area for urban warfare. We heard from one of the protesters tell us that tonight, and they say that they vow to continue protesting until this does not happen, even though construction at the site is already underway as we speak tonight. And now this all comes on the heels. They had a rally today. That's why I'm bringing it up, because the protesters were back out there at the site again today. And this comes after a series of events that have transpired in connection with this training site. So the first thing that really happened that really shook the city was when a protester, an activist, Teron Manuel, was shot and killed by police after police say that he fired at Georgia State troopers first. That is what investigators told us. Now a lot of backlash from the community because they said, there's no body camera footage to support that he fired first, and they wanted more transparency. There's now a bill moving through the legislature to make sure that troopers and all police officers and law enforcement agencies are required to keep their body cameras on and to have body cameras worn in those types of scenarios. So the protesters were out there again today. And just this week, Mayor Andre Dickens has recommended a community task force be arranged so that they can now have city and community members weighing in on how this site should be used because of how much has been going on in light of it. Also, the city has decided, and DeKalb County leaders have decided that 30 acres of green space at the training site will be for public use. Really trying to make sure that the community has an opportunity to be a part of this training site. So I do want to just show you some of our coverage on the task force that we did just this week, because this is an important piece to the story. So I'm going to play this for you in just a moment. Go back on me, and then we're going to so Cutter, one moment, we're gonna, is this one, right? 14 to 13, right? 13 for the package, right? Okay, so I'm gonna mute my mic.
A demonstrator's death, followed by smashed windows, burned cop cars, and ongoing protests. For months, there has been plenty of public pushback to the city's plans to build a $90 million public safety training center.
I ain't never been no sellout.
Earlier this month, Mayor Andre Dickens was called a sellout by a student during a meeting about this project at Morehouse College.
You've been heard. You've been heard. But guess what? You picked the wrong resume to pull on a race card.
Now the mayor is calling on the community to form a 40-member task force to help inform the city on how to best develop the Public Safety Training Center. Kamal Franklin, a leader of the movement against this project, said this move by the mayor was just a PR stunt.
This is basically part of a propaganda game by the city. After, again, they've seen the protests that have happened around the city, the protests that happened at Morehouse and Spelman.
I called up city officials. They refuted this claim that it was in reaction to public outcry.
This isn't like we just woke up and we're starting something new here. This is an extension and an expansion of those efforts, really to invite more voices in.
Brian Thomas is the director of communications for the mayor's office. He said this is a genuine effort by the city. This task force will look at 4 areas of the training facility development, including parks and green space, what to do with the former Atlanta prison farm site, sustainability, and how to best train police officers and firefighters on this site.
And with the training center itself, we want to make sure that the community is best heard on things like, hey, how should police be trained in the year 2023?
Patrick Quinn, Atlanta News First.
So a bit of a catch up there, right? You can really see where we are now. That task force is now some of the conversations that are taking place within the city right now as it relates to how this is being addressed on a community level. But again, we had the rally today where demonstrators had already planned this week of action, I believe is what they were saying on their Twitter page. So that's the very latest with the training site, and they're going to continue to protest. We are expecting to see them back out at the site again tomorrow, but it's important to say that today we were not covering any violence that had transpired at the site. All right, well, I want to move on to our last big talker, our first alert weather. Take a look at this. Peek up really quick. I was actually out at this house yesterday in Marietta. Shortly after this tree came toppling down from the neighbor's yard. And this, happened. This is their master bedroom right here where this tree is now sitting. Thankfully, the family of 4 was all downstairs when this happened. The homeowner says that he was working downstairs when this happened, and his 2 children and his wife were also down there, and they all made it out of the garage. And now today they had plans to start the cleanup process. They were going to bring a crane out there, and one of the insurance claim managers had spoken to me, and he is working with the family, and he said that this is going to be very extensive. It can take up to 6 months or longer to fix something like that. And this community was no stranger to situations like this, because a lot of the neighbors were coming up to us saying that, we were watching the news, we were watching your weathercasters and your meteorologists, they were forecasting this, and then all of a sudden we heard a big boom. And that's probably the perfect segue to bring in First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin, who's right here. We're going to bring him in. He's going to talk a little bit about the weather outside and what you can expect if you're going to church tomorrow. I know I am. Cutter, couldn't ask for a better day. Let's bring in your mic.
Yeah, absolutely. It was gorgeous outside today. Right now, it's nice out. We're taking a live look outside.
Cutter's my favorite. Come look at this genuine love.
Genuine love.
Cutter's the reason why I didn't just fail in front of all of you guys.
No.
So yeah, but he's gonna continue talking about how awesome it is outside.
Yeah, we'll take it with the live. Start with the live look outside right now from the top end of the perimeter. Georgia 400 at I-285. This is kind of in the Sandy Springs area. There in the background is with near perfect visibility Midtown, downtown Atlanta, Buckhead as well. And if you're wondering what temperatures are doing outside right now, we're a little cooler, running just a smidge cooler than this time yesterday. So conditions outside very, very pleasant. Certainly could be a lot colder this time of year, but it's not as warm as it has been. So yes, cooler than the forecast has been recently, cooler than the past several evenings have been, but nowhere near as cool as it could be. So we'll bring you to current conditions right now. And temperatures back into the lower 60s in Atlanta, upper 40s in Blairsville, mid to upper 50s in Canton, 55 in Carrollton, 57 in LaGrange, 61 in Athens, 60 in Covington. So a pleasant start to the evening. And as we go deeper into the evening, temperatures will continue to gradually cool. In fact, let's bring up that hour-by-hour forecast. If you have any plans overnight tonight or out the door early tomorrow morning, feeling pretty pleasant, may want a light jacket. But, again, could be much, much colder given the time of year. So here is that hour-by-hour trend here for you. We're back into the upper 50s here pretty quickly by maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the city of Atlanta. Of course, cooler, quicker, further outlying, 55, 1 a.m., 52, 3 a.m., and back in the upper 40s and lower 50s early tomorrow morning, 5, 6, 7 a.m. If you are like Tori, going to church tomorrow morning, maybe grabbing brunch with friends, 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, temperatures back into the 50s. And we will warm up pretty quickly tomorrow afternoon. Again, a gorgeous day underway across all of North Georgia, Metro Atlanta tomorrow. So if you do have any plans, no concerns with any kind of negative weather impacts, none in the forecast. Here's your Sunday day part forecast. Lots of sunshine. Temperature is warming into the 60s by lunchtime. I think some spots could even be approaching 70 as early as 1 o'clock in the afternoon. High temperatures in the lower to, in some neighborhoods, middle 70s. Middle of tomorrow afternoon with low humidity and a light breeze. So it is going to be absolutely gorgeous out there tomorrow afternoon, just like this afternoon. So if you failed to get outside today, if you did not have the opportunity, no worries. We do have nicer weather on the way. In fact, I think, as nice as today was, tomorrow might even be nicer. So keep that in mind. Keep the plans tomorrow. Again, if you're just now tuning in, thank you for watching. Hello to Max and Matthew and Kenny and Wesley Millsap. Hello to you as well. Hello, Michael. Thanks for tuning in and for watching. If you're just now checking in, my name is Cutter Martin, a meteorologist here at Atlanta News First, and you are watching Atlanta News First Plus. We're streaming earlier news headlines now, a check of the first alert forecast before we get ready for the evening newscast. Again, Atlanta News First back on your TV and streaming devices here in about 45 minutes, but did want to check in and give you a preview of that forecast. Hour by hour tomorrow, again, warming nicely into the 70s once again. Let's bring up that 7-day forecast here for you. And conditions will be nearly as nice. In fact, I think stellar on Monday as well. So today was great. Tomorrow could be, I think, maybe edge out today in the nice category just a little bit. Today we were about 70. Tomorrow we're 74. Just as much sunshine. We started maybe a little bit cooler than this morning, but it's going to be absolutely stunning with very low humidity and a light breeze. More clouds, still dry, very comfortable on our Monday. Tuesday, mostly dry, but more clouds around, 20% chance of rain. I still think it's a good day, though a little bit milder to start. And then some cooler air, kind of a backdoor front, a wedge of cooler air back into North Georgia, Metro Atlanta, middle of the week. So notice we bring down temperature starting Wednesday. There is a chance of rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday, but timing out the exact arrival and departure of the greatest rain chances kind of up in the air, no pun intended there as we get into the middle portion, and especially that Thursday, Friday period of the work week. So there is some uncertainty, but if it does become more likely on any particular day that commutes will be slowed by the rain or maybe your plans will be washed out, we will add the first alert, give you that extra first alert and heads up that there will be impactful rain. But right now, it is looking a bit scattered, a bit hit or miss. Thursday into Friday having the greatest rain chance, especially Thursday night into the day Friday. This could, though, linger into the weekend. Forecast models having a hard time with this incredibly complex pattern developing across the United States. What I will say, though, is that after rain moves out, it is looking like some colder air will move back in this weekend into early the following week. It's going to feel much more like winter as we get into the middle of the month. You may have seen several members of the Atlanta News First Alert weather team posting about this transition back to colder weather, and that will be this weekend, this coming weekend. So about 6-7 days away from now, on into the following week. Again, thank you for watching. Going to go ahead and wrap it up here, but no worries. We're back on TV. Tori Cooper and I, Emily as well, has sports covered, news and weather as well, all coming your way here on Atlanta News First, Peachtree TV, starting at 9 p.m. We'll have the 10 o'clock hour there and our 11 p.m. half hour on Atlanta News First. Leaving you with a live look. Again, top end of the perimeter, looking back towards the city. It's a gorgeous evening, a little cool out there. Grab the light jacket if you did not get outside today. No worries. Nice weather again tomorrow. Your full Sunday forecast is coming up starting at 9 p.m. Oh, I didn't realize you muted the mic. Yeah. No, but did you hear me talk?